welcome back. You are cooking with Sheila in the Gangsta Goodies kitchen. I have a very special guest today. I have Charlie Brown in the kitchen with me. Look at him, y'all. Ain't he handsome? I know, right? It's in the blood. I have to just go ahead and say it. It's in the bloodline. It's in the bloodline.
It's my cousin. It's in the bloodline.
Yes. Today we are going... Lamont, and I call him Lamont, y'all. So I'm going to say Lamont because I never call him Charles. Tell us your name, kind of what you do, and then I'll start the demo.
Okay. Well, my name is Charles Brown. People call me Charlie Brown. I'm a barber, and I own a Clean Edge Salon and Barber in Raytown, Missouri. 10010 East 63rd Street. Come holler at us. We got 2 other barbers and 2 other hairstylists.
Yeah, you see my braids? My cousin Crystal did my braids. Yes. I love it. Right. So today we're going to make, as we come up on Fat Tuesday, so I thought, why not make something in commemoration with that? So we're going to do an etouffee. And that etouffee, you can put anything in it. This one is going to have chicken, andouille sausage, and shrimp. And I'm just going to start stepping you guys through that. So I started with a 1/4 cup of oil. And I put it in like a Dutch oven or a big pot or whatever you're comfortable with. And then we're going to, once that heats up, we're going to add the flour, the trinity, which of course you guys remember. We've talked about the trinity before. That is celery, onions, and green bell peppers. And so that grease is hot, so we're going to get started now. So first thing we're going to put in is the flour. And of course you're going to continue to whisk the flour in because you don't want the flour to burn. So basically what you're doing is you're making a roux. And as that flour begins to brown and get like a, you can start smelling it. It'll smell like kind of like a nutty smell. Okay, in case you want to make this at home. If you make this at home, then you would have plenty for a couple of days. Take it into the shop with you, warm it up in the microwave, and you see how it's kind of, starting to come together. And so we're going to now add our onions, and then we're going to add our green bell peppers. And before I add the celery, I'm just going to add some seasoning to start building that flavor palette.
It smells good already.
It does, doesn't it? And that's just the onions and the bell peppers. So I use today, I love, there's a chef, Ryan Rondino. I always pronounce his name wrong. Forgive me, Ryan. But I love his New Orleans seasoning. It's really great. It doesn't have a whole lot of heat to it. So I do add either some white pepper or some yellow African pepper to give it a little bit of extra bite. But the flavor in it is absolutely awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to add the celery and the chopped garlic, fresh chopped garlic, y'all. So we're going to let that cook for maybe like 5-10 minutes, and we're going to add our liquid, which is a chicken broth. And then you're going to let that simmer. You're going to add everything into the pot, let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes, and begin to start tasting it. If you need to add more flavor, you can do that. Otherwise, you are ready to go. Serve it over rice. And we come back, you're going to get a chance to taste it. Tell everybody how fire it is. We'll be right back, y'all. Hey, y'all, we are back. And how does it look, Lamont?
Looks great.
Okay.
It looks fire.
Have you ever had etouffee before?
No. But
okay.
It looks like gumbo.
It's kind of, it is very similar.
Right.
Yeah, kind of same process. So why don't you taste it and then tell us how good it is.
It's great. Super fire. I can't talk. I'm gonna finish eating this.
Oh my goodness, and I haven't made etouffee in a long time, so this is the first batch that I've made in a long time. I'm glad you like it.
I really do.
And I use brown rice because I'm trying to, if I eat rice, I'm trying to either do quinoa or either rice.
It's better for you.
Sometimes couscous, so that, it is a lot better for us. So I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, really good.
We are going to talk about something that is very difficult, oftentimes for us to talk about. But it's easy for me to have this conversation with Lamont because, as we've shared with you, we are family. And that is divorce. What happens during divorce, after divorce, and primarily as it relates to the kids. You're going to co-parent now, your lifestyle, and even when you start to date again. How all of that impacts and how does that work? And oftentimes, we've heard the woman's story. I've got my own. My sister friends, they've shared my family. So I hear often the woman's side of the story. But, we know that there's two sides to any story. And so, Lamont, can you share with us, how did you tell your children that mommy and daddy were no longer going to live under the same roof?
Well, first we talked about it. And then we sat down and talked to the kids about it. But then I had to take the kids off on my own because even still then, it was the blame game. So, just take them out and talk to them and tell them the truth. Just tell them what it is. You got to tell them the truth.
Absolutely.
Exactly what it is. Don't sugarcoat anything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so once that happens, then the transition for the kids, how, communication is critical in that, because we want to make sure that they're okay and that they're going to be healthy and no trauma, from this experience. So how do you, communicate and co-parent to ensure that the kids are good?
Well, first, I have my kids half the time. So,
okay, awesome.
Me having them every other weekend and half the week, it helps a lot.
Okay.
So, the days I don't have them, I see them every single day. So, just really reminding my kids that I love them every day. And Daddy's going to be the same daddy he was when he was in the house with you.
Yes.
I'm just not sleeping in the house with you.
Yes.
But I'm going to see you every single day if I can help it. And we're going to talk. We're going to go have fun, and I'm going to be that same dad.
Okay, so just reassuring them, I'm dad. That's never going to change.
Right.
And, regardless, I'm dad.
Right.
That I love it. I love it. So now when it's time to, how do you adjust to living on your own? It
was lonely. It was lonely coming home. You come going home alone to a house or wherever you're staying at without your kids, without the noise. Some days I was like, oh yes, thank you. But then other days I was like, oh, where are my kids at? I need my kids. But, yeah, it's different.
But you adjust.
You start dating.
Okay. So what's that like?
Kansas City dating is horrible.
Go ahead, you can say
it's
it.
Horrible. You women out here are crazy. You women out here are crazy. So really it's horrible until you find that right one.
The right one.
Yeah, you got to find that right one though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then when you find the right one, now you are looking at blending your families. And that's not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy.
So how have you decided, what steps are you taking to blend the family and to make sure that it's, it's done at a pace, that the kids are comfortable with, the woman that you're dating, and that everybody is good?
Talk, communicate. Okay. So like the woman I'm dating now, we talk about the kids, we talk about her kids, we talk about my kids. I talk to her kids, she talks to my kids, and I talk to my kids. We just got to communicate, and we do it alone. So I can talk to her kids alone, and she can talk to her kids about me alone, and and then we all come together and just get on the same page.
I've heard you say something. You've mentioned a word more than once that as women, oftentimes we say men don't know how to do, and that's communicate.
Oh, you got to communicate. You got to communicate. And that's with everybody, not just your kids and your loved one. I'm talking about your family, your coworkers, everybody. You got to communicate.
Yes, yes. So how would you say that this has impacted you overall? You have transitioned okay? The kids are good?
Yes. I'm a lot happier. I'm just a happy guy right now. Just, and I went, the last couple of years of my life, kind of angry and unhappy, but, I learned to love myself more. Because I'm not going to say I didn't love myself.
Yes.
But I learned to love myself more and put my love for myself first.
Yes. Because in reality, if we don't love self and know how to take care of self, then it's impossible to truly love others.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And you're teaching people how to love you. So when you love yourself first, you teach people how to love you the right way.
Absolutely. I love it. I'm so happy for you. Happy that you are happy, that the kids are well, and because we only come this way one time.
Right.
And you know what? And I tell people all the time, it is meant for us to enjoy and to be happy, but we also sometimes have to make hard decisions in order to get to that happiness.
Right.
I just wanted to, again, have this conversation because, and I'm just going to say, sometimes as women, I mean, we give them a hard time. I mean, I've heard some horrific stories.
Right.
And I'm like, women do that?
Women are crazy. Women are crazy. Not all of them.
Not all of them, thank God.
But all of them.
So tell people one more time where your shop is. So if there's anybody out there in Kansas City who's listening and you're looking for a new barber or someone to braid your hair, style your hair, you can look him up.
So A Clean Edge Salon and Barber in Raytown, Missouri, 10010 East 63rd Street. A Clean Edge. A Clean Edge has a Facebook page and an Instagram page.
Awesome. And we'll put that up on the video so people can see, where they can follow you and how they can get in contact with you. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. I appreciate it.
The food was fire.
Oh.
The conversation was fire.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we tweet too, y'all. So peace out and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you.